our mail, and he got that, and he said the same thing to me. He said, Virginia, this is a waste of money. I said, I know. In fact, I think I'm on a letter. I can't swear to it, but I believe that some of us circulated a letter that went to the IRS saying, please don't do this. This was a total waste of money. Total waste of money. And I agree. I don't know who thought of this, but it should never have been done. We could have used that $40 million in lots of wonderful things. We could have reduced the deficit of $40 million. Total waste of time. That's what you get when you get bureaucrats running things.
Mayor Foxx, we want to thank you for joining us here today on The Real News, and our last question is entirely open to you to speak on whatever you would like to inform the people about with what's going on in Washington and what you're involved with right now.
Well, first let me say that it's a great honor to serve in Congress. I grew up in a house with no electricity and no running water in the mountains of North Carolina. My mother had a 6th grade education, my father a 9th grade education. I never had any idea that I would ever serve in elected office. My parents were apolitical people. They were Democrats, as a matter of fact. But it's a testimony to this wonderful country that a person with my background could wind up in Congress. And I don't complain or brag about that. I don't want people to misunderstand me. Again, it's a testimony to our country. Anybody can serve an elected office in this country. That's what this country is all about. And what I hope is that my experience will encourage other people to get involved. I pointed out the fact that the bill on illegal immigration was defeated last year, I think because the people rose up in arms against it. They shut down the Senate phone system because they were so angry about it. You know, Franklin was asked right after the Constitution was written, what kind of country have you given us? And he said, a republic, madam, if you can keep it. A republic requires the involvement of citizens. So I hope people will pay a lot of attention to what's going on in Washington and not listen to the fairy tales that are told sometimes or the promises that are made that can't possibly be kept, or that are so irresponsible. People, it sounds good, you know, we're going to give you universal health care. Well, what does that mean? What's it going to cost down the road? What's it going to cost me? What does it mean to my freedom? We're going to give you free education. What does that mean to you? So I think it's very important that people think critically about what their government is doing and what it means to freedom. One of my great analogies is when you throw a frog in a pot of hot water, it'll jump out. But if you put that frog in a pot of cold water and gradually turn up the heat, pretty soon you've cooked that frog. And I think we've had people become dependent on the federal government to the point where we're just about cooking the frog. And I'm very concerned about that. So I hope American people are smart. They're not stupid. They're very smart. And we're a center-right country. So we just need people to be paying a little more attention this year, particularly to what's being promised and what are the costs of those promises.
Well, I want to thank you very much for joining us here on 1400-1520 WSIC. TheRealNewsRadio.com is the website. We film the radio broadcast every week, so it's on the website. If you can't hear it, you can watch it later. And like I say, it was a real honor to have you with us, Ms. Foxx, and I would love to have you back here again. Well,
it's an honor for me to be here, and I'd be happy to try to arrange it. Again, most of the time I'm in D.C. during the week, but occasionally they let us out, and when they do, I come back to the district as fast as I can. So if we can arrange it, I'd love to come back.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.